Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2 in the Freeplay mode with me, Spacefish, and welcome to this big, beautiful, absolutely messy map. Now in the last episode we finally sorted out some additional grain transport out here to the food factory in Darlydale to hopefully in the future be able to shell out even more food to the cities as our demands are ever growing and we're honestly kind of struggling to keep up at this moment. I mean, that's not really the only thing that we're struggling to keep up with. As you can see, the fuel right there is also a bit low in supply as the cities are starting to grow more and more crazily and passengers are starting to stack up absolutely everywhere that we probably need to take care of as well. We do need to deliver more food to Colburn too, and well, we need to look at fuel. We need to look at optimizing and fixing all the lines that we have made so far, because honestly, I think the last few episodes, cities have been growing so crazily that nothing really is quite in check anymore. So I feel we need to go around the map once and just make sure, again, that everything is actually fine before we proceed doing anything else. Because, I mean, we've got a lot of other things on the list, right? We wanted to deliver food to Blackburn. We wanted to maybe even get a passenger line going between Darlydale, Blackburn, and Stapleford. And I'm sure there's 15 bajillion more things that I can imagine we would actually have to do to actually kind of, take care of all the things on the list. Broadstairs and St. Peter's, I mean, a city that we've been going past for like 2 years now, absolutely still not connected to the grid, so there is a huge list of things. Let's just get started. Let's try and get things rolling slowly but surely. The first thing that I actually want to take care of, though, is in the last episode, at the very end, you all may have seen that we actually finally had a new tram unlock, which is great news, because the tram spam in some cities has actually gotten quite crazy with the amount of people trying to travel around. Now, as you all may know, the sheer amount of vehicles we currently have going across the map in Transport Fever is really, unfortunately, bringing my PC to its knees, because I think Transport Fever 2 is really not multi-core optimized, so it really only uses like 1 or 2 cores out of my I don't know, 12 core? 16 core CPU? I'm not even quite sure, but it really only uses very little cores, unfortunately. So it is brought to its limits quite quickly in that regard, as far as I'm aware. Now we've got these new ones right here, going 60 kilometers an hour instead of 40. Absolutely awesome. A lot more power and tractive effort, which is always good, able to transport 2 more people. So it is slightly better. It's not like we can replace a lot of trams, though, I think. I mean, honestly, I don't know, how fast can they even go on these tracks is maybe the first question I would be asking here. Let's kind of look at, did I use large streets or extra larges? I'm guessing this is extra larges, is it? Yes, good question. Let's see. Yeah, that feels like extra larges to me. So we've got extra large streets, which theoretically have a speed limit of 60. So like they... Oh, I'm being abducted. Wait. This again. Hello. Help. I can't do anything about it. Thank you. You just had to spam those buttons for like eternity, and then eventually it worked. But yeah, so I mean, they can use the speed limit, and I'm just not sure that it really is going to do too much for us. Now, if we look into our line stats down here, I mean, especially Space City, of course, being rather busy with trams, we have got Tram Space City with a rate of 312 at the moment. Now, I think what we're going to do here for a start is we're going to go to Tram Space City. We're going to get all of these and just replace them for 2.5 mil with the better ones. And then we're going to see the new rate. Tram Space... I mean, that's 341. So literally just 30 people more, and Space City has been growing at such a rate that I think, unfortunately, we can't really remove any trams. I'm not even sure it is worth actually upgrading all the trams, given that it's really just a speed increase, and the rate isn't growing like crazy. This is the new tram, by the way, looking pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I do absolutely love the way that these new trams look, but wow, I mean, just the city and all the stuff in there, like, look how it's lagging out the like 2 cores of the CPU that are being used. Absolute madness. But yeah, I don't know, I don't feel like we can really get rid of much of any trams this way, and it does cost us a lot of money. So I feel that, honestly, unless there's any like super old trams somewhere, I'm probably going to leave the old trams running. I don't really think it's worth the price increase, to be honest. It doesn't really feel worth it. What we can maybe look at is if we do need some more trams here and there, given just the sheer size increase of some of these cities lately. So let's maybe have a quick look here at line stats again. We've got Basingstoke, not even, no, I mean that's all very nice and comfortable. I don't know, like from a passenger transport point of view, I think we're overall pretty good, except for this absolute mess with the planes. Like, the only thing that really is pretty crazy is the Space City, Badal, whatever else city it was, passenger line. That was actually quite crazy, I'll have to say. But other than that, it feels like we are overall pretty decent. We do now have a good bunch of leftover capacity in the Space City tram too, so I think we're just going to keep it going that way, because given how fast this has been growing, that's probably the best move for us right there. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of people moving about the place. I mean, the airport is even worse. We can really only hope that maybe we get some new planes in the very near future. That would be pretty good to have. Now let's kind of look at the demands and what tools and everything we're delivering. For a start, Space City needs 231 tools. We're not delivering 231, 252 bricks. We should be making sufficient amounts. We're not hitting all the shipment figures required here. So we can have a quick look here. Tools Space City. This is actually very weird. That is pretty weird, is it? I mean, we're hitting that max frequency, but for some reason, not all of this stuff is being shipped, even though we could be taking it. Pretty confusing. Also, something that probably should be mentioned, I'm honestly kind of concerned, because like this factory, oh no, it's not at max level just yet. Okay, so we can push that further if we can deliver more stuff to Space City. I hope we will. I hope this will kind of balance itself out then, because I mean the demand is certainly higher than what we are delivering at the moment. Maybe I don't know, maybe we're actually hitting it and it's just like waiting for some of these trucks to arrive to actually fill it. Could be that. Now, bricks on the other hand side. Yeah, I mean, that looks like we've pretty much got it filled too, doesn't it? Brick delivery Space City, rate of 209. No, we don't. Okay, so I think we need a few more trucks right here. Do we have the modern ones? Looks kind of like those. Let me just double check which ones are the most. Yeah, okay. Ben's tarpaulin trucks. So I think we're going to grab another 5 trucks. As much as I hate the spam and as much as it's killing the game, I think we'll need it. So we're going to do it. Going to assign that to Brick Delivery Space City, and that should then hopefully up the rate to sufficient level, exactly where we should be able to deliver sufficient amounts for the near future, I hope. So that's Space City taken care of. That's the first one right there. I think we're delivering enough out here to the tools factory, so that should be fine. We're using the sawmill to the max too, which is awesome stuff. That is all nicely taken care of. This, we are delivering sufficient amounts, and I think this should be, yeah, the quarry is actually producing sufficient amounts just to take care of that one bricks factory right there on its own. So that's all nice, that's all taken care of. Now Badal, we are delivering fuel, which is actually nicely hit, just pretty much spot on. We don't really have any goods production going on just yet, which may be something to eye for the future. Other than that, that's fine. Darlydale, we need more fuel, we need more food. Colburn, I think we only need more food. So let's maybe start with the fuel here. What's going wrong right there? We've got fuel Badal, we've got fuel Darlydale. Fuel Darlydale seems to be totally empty. And at the same point, we're not shipping at all. Why are we not shipping at all? I'm kind of confused. Because, like, we do have the demand in Darlydale, don't we? Where's the fuel train, maybe, to Darlydale at right now? It's this one right here, and it's not even half full. I guess we are. Yeah, I mean, if we look at these demands, maybe we are fulfilling the Darlydale demands, and the demands are just not really high up enough for us to actually take all of this capacity right here. So I mean, production, like, we're definitely delivering enough. And I would be thinking, I think we... Did we... how much oil are we actually making here? We're making 400. Yeah, so we're kind of definitely delivering enough here, aren't we? If I look at... What is this? What's this called? Can we just have a look? Oil fuel line Badal. So we are at a rate of... Yeah, okay, this is kind of taken care of indefinitely. So that should honestly be kind of good. Now, food, being the next topic then... I mean, food we'll kind of have to see, because right now we're of course delivering way more grain to this station right here. So, I mean, if we look at our two lines, if I can find them, we've got food Darlydale, we've got food Colburn. We've got a rate of 84 for Colburn, which I think, I mean, kind of covers it. Not quite anymore, so maybe something to rework right there. We've got food Darlydale, for which we're just using this super old locomotive, and we're still totally fine, I think, because, I mean, it's already 151, we need 129. So, I mean, food Darlydale, especially given the short distance, I think it's going to be taken care of for a while. We don't need to worry about it, especially with more grain flowing in. Food Colburn, maybe worth a slight rework, especially also given this old locomotive and the old train cars. If you look here right now, we've got a capacity of 92, and we've got this old PLM 220, which we could honestly probably replace with a BR75.4 for 355k a year of maintenance, which is honestly not really that significantly more at 30 kilometers an hour high top speed, out of which it can use, I mean, kind of 30 kilometers an hour more than this one, because we're still using the old train cars. So if we use the new train cars and the new locomotive, this thing would be going a lot faster, and probably even, no, I think it would probably cost us a tiny bit more maintenance, but maybe for one trip in general, the maintenance would kind of even out, or even be a little bit lower given the higher overall speed. So I think it's kind of worth it. I think I do want to go for it. We are gonna aim for like 100 capacity, probably. Gonna just get rid of all of this right here. Just like that. We're gonna get a BR75.4, and then we're gonna go for the new box cars, of course. And we're gonna try and get ourselves a capacity of 100 right there. Just about made it in terms of money, and you know, condition is also gonna go up to very good instead of bad, which should be awesome. And how are we looking now for rate? 95. Okay, that's nicely within what we want to reach for the time being. I think that's at least a bit over capacity, and then, well, I mean, as Colburn grows more, I'm sure we're gonna up that a bit more. This public transport figure, by the way, absolutely mad. Emissions, you know, I will eventually have to make all the trains electric, but at the moment, I think it's mostly just not worth it, given the high maintenance cost for some of these trains. But okay, that's the food taken care of. Now the grain we've just taken care of in the last episode. I think one thing that I have not looked at for a long while is this whole tools thing in Basingstoke, and we actually have still this train station down here which we need to connect, and I think it's about time to finally do that. Maybe even adding another train station to Broadstairs and St. Peter's, like a small regional one, so that kind of small little town / village is also attached to the grid. So I think that's something I would actually want to take care of. Could even maybe get something going out to Stapleford then eventually, and, you know, Stanhope, Dudley, whatever. We really have, I mean, you gotta kind of pay attention to this as well, right? We haven't attached like half of the map so far, so this is absolutely insane. But yeah, so let's maybe first look at this tools thing. I'm going to get time playing again, because we are going to have to make some money back. What are we using up here in terms of trucks? We are using the new Benz trucks, which is awesome, but I think we could probably upgrade the roads right here to make them go faster, and that way maybe even lose one or two of them. That's actually interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. I mean, we're using dirt roads. That's not even a thing anymore. That can't even happen. What kind of speeds are they going? They're only going 40 kilometers an hour. I'm pretty sure they can go faster, can they? Or is that the max for these trucks? It's the max for those trucks, unfortunately. But I think we could start preparing maybe already for, like, the new lines of trucks that can go faster and actually use streets that allow them to go faster. I mean, like a medium country road being like the bare minimum here. Can we fit? No, we cannot fit a large country road there, unfortunately. I mean, what we could do is just make it a large country road right there. And I think I want to do it. Because, honestly, I mean, once our trucks can go at those speeds, that's going to be very nice. And it's also, you know, going to relax things a bit in terms of traffic, I hope. So, that's maybe the way to go. Not quite, you know, going to give us any rewards, any yields just yet. But hopefully then, in the near future, when we get some new trucks, that means we can get rid of a bunch of these, because honestly, this train of trucks is quite disturbing, isn't it? So that's awesome. That's great. Then we have the separate train, of course, going from Broadstairs and St. Peter's Forest right up to that sawmill. And we do currently have this train here, which I think may be worth modernizing too. I mean, this thing is quite old. Got 100 capacity, can only go 50 kilometers an hour. I mean, we don't have the money right now, but I'm kind of, you know, thinking it may be worth it. What's the actual top speed, by the way, of non-high-speed train lines? Is it like 120 kilometers an hour? Is there any overlay that I can pick to see that right now? Track speed limits, yeah, so 120 kilometers an hour. So I don't really need any high-speed train tracks here or anything. And I don't really think we're going to make things down here electric for a while, especially given that this train is not coming close to any city that would be affected by emissions. I think that's pretty alright, to be honest. And, I mean, these things do cost a lot of maintenance money, but something like the BR75.4 could be great, because we do have an increase in tractive effort and power over the PLM 220. We do have a significant increase in top speed, and we can exchange the train cars, of course, for new ones and just make a whole lot of money from that way. So that could be great. By the way, what I want to see as well real quick here. Ah, look at that nice profitability, 6.7 million, and I'm sure that train's going to deliver soon as well, and then we're going to be in the plus. These grain trains are making absolute bank for us. But with that said, I mean, we're at 6.8. Wait, those... Oh, before this train goes into the station, I think we've got a significant, well, not significant, but we've got a decent enough amount of money here to upgrade that train now, and I'm pretty sure we're going to go for it. 100 capacity is kind of the figure we're at the moment. Where are we at in terms of delivery rates? Wood train Colburn is at 329? Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's not maybe quite using it all, is it? Okay. Okay, interesting. So, I think we're maybe going to aim slightly above that 100 capacity. I mean, maybe start with 100, see what the rate is going to be, given the higher speed, and then kind of adjust to it. But we're going to grab the BR75.4, and we are going to get the new flat cars with side stakes, of course, to nicely modernize this train. And as you can see, this is cutting it pretty close to money. I'm actually going to make it 112 capacity right away, because before I pay for maintenance and all that money goes away, I would rather have that done right now. And looking at that now, 369 of a rate. Okay, so we would even need to make it a bit longer than this, which is quite crazy, but it should at least be picking up a bunch more now from right here. And hopefully we can that way make it a bit more profitable even. I think we can easily get this up to profitability of like a mil or a bit more. We also have this train, of course, here going back and forth. This is an A35 though, as far as I can see. So that's a lot. And if we look right here, we've got a rate of 419. So I don't think we've got anything to worry about with this train. It's also making a good bunch of money for the time being. Pretty sure that's all pretty fine. I'm not too bothered with it. The only thing is that we probably need to get this production all the way up to 400 by just kind of making sure that this train is transporting all the wood that it can. I mean, tractive effort does seem to be a bit of a hampering factor here, to be honest, but I don't know. I mean, the distance is so small. I don't want to make this a like super high maintenance cost train, to be honest. Like, I don't know. We're not really reaching much more than the 50 kilometers an hour we did reach before, do we? That's kind of mad. But I don't know. I don't like it too much. I don't want to overspend on maintenance on this train that only goes like 5 meters, basically. That was a bit of an overbuy. We're now at 453 of a rate, which is probably a bit much. 426. Okay, I mean, I think if we sell another one, we're below that 400 rate. So we're going to keep it at that, and we're going to leave this train running like that. I'm pretty sure that should be fine. Now, going down here, Basingstoke, of course. We've got this tool transport line. We're really only transporting these tools to Basingstoke thus far as well. Do we not have any other cities in the vicinity that need tools? Apparently not. Which is quite crazy. I mean, we have Dudley. So maybe we can get a train going up to Dudley eventually to sell some of these tools. Because, I mean, honestly, I think we should be making, well, trying to aim to make more money from this stuff. And we've got Ride as well. It's all very far away. But, I mean, the further away things are, the more profit we're going to make from them. So, maybe not too bad of an idea. May actually be quite good. But looking at this stuff for the time being, we are 102 out of 131. That's actually kind of low. We are, of course, not shipping all the stuff, which is also why the tools factory isn't leveling, which is probably also why we're not really making that much money with it, because if this thing levels a bunch more, we can deliver way more, we can just make more money, well, whenever I actually get the lines going, so I think that would be great. For the start, though, we've got tools Basingstoke at a rate of 155. Kind of weird, given that we're not even filling the 131. Maybe it's just waiting for trucks to deliver as with the other stuff. I guess that's the reason. I would like to make this large country road again. Just, you know, in preparation for the future. I think that could be a good move to be making now. We're going to also make this a medium country road. Just, you know, have, you know, some linearity, some uniformity going right there. And, well, then, you know, I mean, this seems to be taken care of for the time being. The only thing we're kind of really missing is fuel. And, I mean, I don't know. We've got a bit of shipment capacity left over here, so we could connect that up too. Now, Colburn, in general, it feels like a hard city for me to connect. I mean, fuel, I've got to go all the way around here and just make a super weird connection for that. I'm kind of thinking, do we need a separate, like a separate train station for passenger traffic? For Colburn, like a Colburn South or something. I mean, we can maybe call this Colburn Central here for the time being, because I think that's very much our central station. But I think for the southern connections with, like, at least passenger trains, we may need a new station. Because, I mean, all these are already connected as well. Well, I don't have any more capacity out there for passenger traffic. And Colburn is nicely extending southwards, so I'm sure we can make something happen. Now, the thing is, I also wouldn't really want to cross this road, because that's going to kind of impede with my wood business right there. So, I don't know, maybe like Colburn East and go around the outside here. Oh, whoa, holy moly, I've got so much money again. It's absolutely mad how fast we amass money in this game at the moment, which is good. Because, I mean, honestly, we've got so many potential projects going here that, well, we kind of need the money to get all those projects going. But looking at the line profitability here real quick before we head on to Colburn and Basingstoke here, I think we do have a few passenger lines that are not all too profitable, but you know, as more passengers come to ride on those lines, the more profitable they will get, and that just kind of comes with growth, so that's fine. This thing is still unprofitable. It's just kind of surprising. There's 16 grain in there. Grain staple. What's happening? It's a bit weird, is it? Stapleford North Darley-Dale. Is it this train here? Nope. Is it this train here? It is indeed that train there. Why do you only have 16 grain? Why do we only have a shipment of 32 out there? That's a bit weird. We've got a huge massive train going there, and the farm's just not shipping. Is it because, like, this... Is this factory level 4 yet? I think that may be the reason. I think the factory just has to level more, so it demands more, so like the train can actually transport more. It's kind of unfortunate because I don't really like my trains being unprofitable, but I also don't really want to get rid of it now that I built this huge railway to kind of connect it up. Maybe we should actually focus on Blackburn real quick before we do anything down southwest, because honestly, I think we just need to deliver some more of that food. So maybe that's the idea right there. We've got this, 1 second, where is my bulldozer? Here it is. We've got this connection here that we need to kind of delete then. I will actually go into the configuration here real quick and... Can I upgrade this? Do I need to delete it? I think I needed to delete it, don't I? Yeah, very annoying. Let's just fix that real quick, then make this high-speed train tracks with catenary to already prepare for electrification and the likes. And, well, then we've got a new train line right here, which we can use to get that train to Blackburn. This is actually an issue now. Should I pull... I'm kind of intrigued, like, I kind of feel like just pulling this whole thing down again, because I need the space for my train line right here. Yeah, very, very, very annoying. I mean, whoops. Something like this, you know, it is what I would want to have going here. This only really slows down speeds at the start. I would want to keep them more average. And we've already got a bridge pillar collision from this thing. I think we're just going to pull this down, because I mean, it was really only meant to initially get a train onto these train tracks. And we don't really need it anymore, so we're going to get rid of that. And that way we can pull out a train line nice and easy right there. And we're just going to have that go parallel through that tunnel too. And all the way up to Blackburn, because we will need to attach this to get some cargo over here to Blackburn. Now, this is actually all very nice and fine. We're just gonna... Maybe I should have started pulling this thing out earlier, thinking of it. Just getting rid of that kind of piece right there. I don't want to get rid of that one. Is this connected? That's a bit weird. No, I don't think so. This is connected though. So the idea being, we kind of just barely cross the street here. And then we start pulling out, so we have kind of max speed entry. Well, as much as possible into this train station right here, and that way we can deliver some nice amounts of food to Blackburn, and I think that's hopefully going to increase the shipment rate right here and lead our factory, our food processing plant to upgrade, so we can deliver even more grain to it and make that other train line possible too. This is very easy to connect. And we're just going to grab a train real quick. Actually, probably should grab a line real quick first, which will be going Darlydale to Blackburn right there. And it's going to be food to Blackburn. Just going to check out that the terminals are actually correct. This one seems to be very much, I guess the other one can't really be that incorrect then. It is not. Absolutely awesome. And we've got that line going. Now we will just go in here and grab a train. Not quite sure which one I'm going to make it, to be honest. I think an A35 is kind of warranted, honestly, given the slopes out here. I don't know, this thing. Or we make it a crocodile, you know, which is always an option, but that is a lot of maintenance cost. It would keep emissions down a bit in Blackburn. But I mean, honestly, the city is so small at the moment that I'm not bothered enough with it. I think we're going to go with an A35, and we're going to go and grab a few box cars. Of course, the faster ones. Why would I ever want the slower ones at this point? Going to make it like 80 capacity for a start. That may already be overdoing it a bit, to be honest, given Blackburn's size. We're going to start out with that. Going to send it out on the railway. And let's see, I mean, what kind of demands do we have? 22! We want 22 food here. Where do we need to ship it to, actually? That's a bit of an issue. Could be. Oh, yeah. It needs to be all the way at the outskirts of the city. So, what we also need to do now, before we can actually really do anything, is we need to go and get a truck station out here going. that we can probably just set down right there. Getting like nice little intersection going. I mean, I think like 2 platforms for these truck stops are always more than enough, because, you know, City doesn't really demand more than 2 products anyways, at least not at the moment as far as I'm aware. Maybe changing when they get bigger, who knows. Is that truck stop very... No, this should be in range. I don't know why it only shows the street, but like this should all be in range of that truck stop too. We will of course need a road depot, and I don't want to place it that obviously. I think we can kind of hide it away back here. So there it goes, and now we will need a quick line from here to here, and we will call it Blackburn Food Delivery, which we can, you know, eventually probably also use for whatever other good this city demands, which is machinery, which we are not making yet, but eventually. We're going to buy a bunch of tarpaulin trucks for this. Let's do like 2 for a start. I think that should be fine for that little demand, and we'll go and get it assigned to... Where's it at now? Weird. There, Blackburn Food Delivery. Totally missed it in the mass of lines that we have got going. And yeah, that should be fine then. Now, where my other train went out to, I'm not quite sure. Is he waiting at the moment? Oh, he's waiting because... No, what? Doesn't make any sense. Is the train in there still? It is. Huh. Come on, choo-choo. No? Oh, it is, because I don't have any signals right there, is it? So we're going to place those real quick as well. Just like that. And that will make the train finally come out of its little place right there. And we'll hopefully soon start stacking up some food here for Blackburn. Get that shipment rate up. As you can see right there, it is indeed going up, and hopefully the food processing plant is going to level soon. We're going to make some more money. But with that said, I think our little optimization trip for this episode is going to come to an end here, and in the next episode we're then finally going to go get some more new things underway again. Especially I think I want to do something down here in the southwest of the map again. So that is probably the next idea for us right there. For today though, I'm going to end it off right here, so I do hope you all very much enjoyed this episode. As always, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help the channel out a ton. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below, as well as that bell icon right next to it, to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. And with all that out of the way, as always, thanks a lot for watching everyone, and I hope I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.